Hey, hello everyone. Good evening. We'll start in a couple of minutes, and
Start in a couple
today
of
the
minutes,
orientation will be for
and
three courses.
today the
We'll start in a couple of
orientation will be for three courses. We start with
Yes, it is for three courses, which is Math
for
Foundations for
three
GenAI,
courses.
the Data Science and AI Lab, and MLOps. Okay, everyone. Hello once again. Good evening. Let us begin now. So we have the instructors present for three courses today.
Instructors
So we
present
have
for three
Chandan
courses
here
today.
for Math Foundations for GenAI,
Chandan here for
and
Math
I
Foundation.
am here for taking questions on the Data Science and AI Lab.
Taking
Excuse
questions
me,
on
sir.
the data
There's a
science.
lot of echo.
Excuse me, sir. There's a lot of echo.
First, or do we directly go with questions? Okay, Chandan, can you hear me?
Hi, yes, you're audible. Yeah.
Yeah. Is there anything you want to talk about the course first, or do we directly take questions?
Oh, I'll just need to just briefly introduce them to the syllabus because the reason being I made a PPT.
Okay, that's great then. Yeah, please go ahead.
Okay, so yeah, the name of the course is Mathematical Foundations for Generative AI. The instructor of the course is Professor Pratosh from Indian Institute of Science, Bangalore. Now, I will be the a TA for this course. So it will be very absurd to ask anyone a question like, "Have you used Chat GPT or Gemini or Perplexity or Claude or anything nowadays?" So the aim of this course is to give, as the name itself says, give you a mathematical perspective of how does these kinds of generations actually happen. Okay, so we just think of it like some kind of magic that is somehow happening, but internally, now what is being done? Now, what are the core mathematical ideas that are there inside this course? Now, because of which, inside these ideas, now because of which these things are running, is what we aim to, what do you call, bring it to the light in this course. The contents of the course is actually at a very over end. Now, the idea is that how do you know what is the distribution of the data? Now, once you know the distribution of the data, you can sample from it. Now, I'm assuming that all of you are quite familiar with the ideas of distributions, densities, and stuff. Whoever is taking this course, this is, we assume that you, the prerequisites being, you would have taken one some introduction to machine learning, and then you are quite comfortable with the ideas of probability. Okay, that is the basic assumption that we are going ahead. And on top of it, if you have any questions, we will be able to go ahead and resolve it. So, the three major families that we'll be looking into throughout the course is: one is the GANs, other is the VAEs, and an extension of this, which is an hierarchical VAE called as diffusion models, because of which left, right, center people are able to generate images nowadays using what do you call nano bananas, or so what is this image generation in GPT, so on and so forth. And it is actually divided into four parts. Now, one is now wherein which we give you a mathematical overview of the whole thing, what is called as variational divergence minimization, using the lens of which now we can look at each and every aspect of generative model as a special case. Now, for example, if you have taken a standard machine learning course, you'll be knowing that the idea of risk minimization. Now, using risk minimization, now the idea of risk minimization, now once you understand it, okay, now whether you go ahead with linear regression, or you go ahead with logistic regression, or you go ahead with uh, uh, linear discriminator, SVM, all of them can be thought of as a special case of this risk minimization under certain conditions. Okay. Now, similarly, if you know variational divergence minimization, now GAN is one condition on top of it. VAE is another condition on top of it. Now, this is like the mathematical superhead of the overall thing. And in GANs, we will be specifically looking at the state of the art GAN algorithms like DC GAN, conditional GANs. Now, what do you mean by conditional GAN is a very interesting thing. For example, so whenever you give a prompt, there is actually conditional generation. You're saying that you want your image to look like this. Okay. Now, for example, matted hair, now sitting, standing, or whatever conditions that you want. The prompt that you give is actually a condition. Okay. So we'll be looking at these things, and then we extend the idea. We look at the one more variational divergence minimization idea called as VAEs, variational autoencoders. Okay. So, and then we will look at the nuances of it. And after that, we'll be looking at the state of the art diffusion models, because of which all of your image generations nowadays is happening. Okay, now this is our next part, diffusion models. And after that, we look at autoregressive models and transformers, now which is actually making all of us surprised, and we don't know how is it working. And we with these background of whatever things we have looked at till now you will be able to understand transformers at a very generic structural level, now because of which you will be able to understand the inherent workings of these transformers. And then we will also look at what is called as RLHF. Okay, so reinforcement learning with human feedback, now because of which modern day transformers are really doing well. Okay, we will also look at those ideas and state space model. No, we will not be looking at them. It is not a theory kind of a session. For each of these ideas, starting from GANs till the transformers, each of these ideas comes with an implementation in PyTorch. Okay, now which has been given. So it's kind of a hand to hand, now wherein which you see a theory, and then you see now how is that theory being translated. The mathematics which is there has been translated into the code. Okay, for each of the ideas we'll be seeing them. Okay, now this is the overall what do you call view of the course. Okay, so yeah, now if you have got any queries, you can surely go ahead. And one more thing is, the PPT that you are seeing, that is also generated by GPT. I did not do it. Okay, now that is the punch, the final punch. The PPT that you are seeing is also generated by GPT. Okay. So now this is a very kind of an hand-to-hand course, in which you will go with theory and with the implementation goes hand in hand, and then you will be able to enjoy the overall discussion together. Okay. Yes, yes, Narsimurthy, please go ahead.
How many hours per week is one expected to spend?
Oh, the amount of time expected to spend is once you diligently go through the lectures and then the tutorial videos. Once you are done with that, whatever might be the size of that, now you need to look into around one to 1.5 hours of concentrated effort. Now will help you to navigate through the course comfortably.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
So it will also be math heavy, right? Like deep learning or practical.
It is combination of both of them. So it's so wherein which each and every equation will be translated into the program code, and then I'll be actually showing you those transformations. How is this line in the mathematics that you are proving? Now, how is this line translated into a line in the code? Oh, it's a one-to-one mapping. No, normally in any course that people go, either it will be only theory or it will be only practical. Here, there will be one-to-one mapping. That is there from theory to practice. Yes, Narsimurthy.
Sorry, this is actually a little off question. Uh, I'm trying to find out what is the course where, or is there a course at all? See, we either have course which is completely theoretical or programmatic, right?
Hmm.
And we say we use different libraries. But let's say I'm interested in finding out or learning how to implement a library like PyTorch, which means I understand the algorithms and I translate those algorithms into
This is
software.
the course.
This is the course. So
Yeah.
there, are we going to understand how to create libraries like PyTorch, or are we going to
Yes.
use
Now
them?
that is your first week of tutorials.
Okay.
If you look at the first week tutorial, no, we don't assume that you know PyTorch. My only assumption is at least you know the basic idea of distributions, and you would have taken some basic course in ML. That's all is my assumption.
Okay.
Okay.
Got it. Thank you.
And on the mathematical side, it will be like heavy compare similar to the heaviness will be similar to deep learning.
I don't know deep learning course. So it's like, for example, if you compare a quantum mechanics course, now the mathematics that you are looking is nothing. No, no, it's not at all comparable. So I don't know the yardstick of comparison. No, I say that no, it's for it's a kind of a medium or below medium level kind of course. I can say that. Okay.
Okay, so since it's little bit math heavy, so we'll have to spend some good amount of time, right? Like, could you reiterate that the time which
See,
the students are
okay. Now
required?
again, I reiterate what I told to Narsimurthy. If you diligently go through the course, okay, you need per week an additional of 1.5 hours to concentrated 1.5 hours to understand it. Okay, so that's what. See, I'm reiterating the adjectives that I'm using. Okay, if you diligently follow the lectures and then concentrated 1.5 hours, that is what is important. Okay.
Like,
Okay. See, I have another meeting to attend, so I'll be on the call. No, you can. I'll be in the call. Like you can ask text questions. I'll be able to answer them, but I'll not be able to verbally answer them. So this is where I actually take off. Any other questions? I can be there for a minute or so. Any other questions? Okay. Thank
All
you.
right then.
I hope
Thanks,
to see
Chandan.
you all in the course and make the maximum out of it. Thank you. Bye.
All right. Thanks, Chandan. Saikiran, do you want to go ahead with MLOps?
Uh, Anirudh, for MLOps, we already shared the orientation video. Like, if there are any queries, I'm here to answer them.
Okay. All right. So yeah, if any of you have any queries regarding MLOps, please go ahead.
Yeah, Viral.
Hello, sir. So I was interested in the MLOps course. So, so I just had like some basic queries regarding the course. So the first is the assignments that we have in the MLOps. Is it like more on the practical side rather than like the MCQ based assignment?
No, no, totally practical. You might need to perform these assignments or building the pipelines as requested in GCP platform.
Mhm.
Okay, and also you need to record the video screencast for the same, demonstrating whatever you have done, what are the infra you have taken, what are the steps you have taken, or the execution environment, especially, etc. Yeah, those will be manually evaluated by the course team. So yeah, totally practical. Like you can refer to the course portal. There will be a FAQ. You can understand more about what are the expectations of the assignment or any specifics. Everything across the course.
Yeah, and like the if the free credits are enough for this course, right? Like, uh, the
Yes.
free credit that I will be able to avail from GCP. Okay.
Yeah. Expectation is around 12,000. With GCP trial account, you will get around 25,000. So I think it's fine.
Mm-hmm. And for the OPPs, right? So OPPs and so assignment is also like something practical, and the OPPs. So will it be like proctored, or will it be like similar to the assignment like I'm submitting using like
Like OPPE will be proctored ones. Yeah.
Okay, OPP will be proctored.
Yes. But yeah, LLM usage is permitted. So yeah,
Mhm.
you have a free hand on open internet, but it will be proctored to make sure that student has attended the exam and he is the one executed everything.
Hmm. But okay, and like what type of questions are expected in the OPPs? Like, what do you
It
have
will
to?
be building MLOps pipeline itself from data to deployment. Again, based on if you're at OP1, it will be mostly from data to continuous integration.
Mm-hmm.
But as part of OP2, it will be from data to continuous integration along with continuous deployment, CI/CD to be precise.
And what are we using for the CI/CD pipeline?
Uh,
Yeah.
you will be using for CI/CD. You might have hands-on experience with GitHub Actions
Mm-hmm.
as well as the GCP platform for compute deployment, etc. Kubernetes or Docker containerization on the GCP environment.
And GitHub Actions for the CI/CD.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Uh, okay, and a question regarding the bonus. So I can read from the GitHub website that is there for the MLOps. So it's like it says that there is like 5 marks for given for the bonus, right? Uh, and then like these 5 marks will be given based on the attendance that we have like attending these live lecture sessions. And
Not
then
only attendance, it's more
Mhm.
of a comprehensive one. It totally depends on if you are the person who attends live session, you can utilize that. But many people who kind of want to contribute to the community using articles or creating demonstration tutorials how to use MLOps,
Mhm.
that will also be rewarded, not just live session attendance.
Mhm. Yeah, so yeah, regarding that, so if I want to like submit a blog or a write up, so what is the distribution of the marks in case I do like to go through that approach for the bonus?
It depends on novelty. If something that's not covered as part of the course lecture, you might get the additional bonus marks.
And
Again,
and, and it's like I have to contact like someone.
a course team will be there to like the look at the quality of the blogs and
Mhm.
assign the score.
Yeah, okay, sure. And
So
like
the bonus will be based on the blogs, right? Is
No, it's a comprehensive one. Like it takes into account your live session attendance or blogs or how you help your peers in the chat groups or spaces. So it considers everything you do as part of active participation in the MLOps course, not just limited to blogs or not just limited to live session attendance.
Sure, sir. So one of my friend also like did this course this term. So and like the end term for this term, right? So like I think they were my friend was saying that the end term was kind of very different from the mock that was given in the dashboard. So is there any like feedback given to the team to like review the mock and also the end term, because they were saying that it was more kind of vague like the end term for this term for MLOps?
No, I think mostly mock resembles whatever the expectation of Entom. And given that like we are upfront about it, like whatever the questions you might end up getting as part of Entom will be more constrained optimized ones in a way. Like you might have a scenario, you need to optimize what are your possible options to take. Given assumption is you know what are the MLOps principles or what are the priority of that particular company in the scenario. So yeah, it will be totally dependent on that. And mock is does resemble those situations. But again, like mock might be only mock, right? Like given you might have not have that exam pressure, you might not feel the same scenario thing.
Yeah, because I was also not able to find any PYQs for MLOps, so I thought like I was like I wanted to look at how the NTEM looks like, because that's the only I think a paper based exam in MLOps. Otherwise, there is only OPP and assignment. Yeah.
Yes.
Do we have any more questions on MLOps? All right, okay. Then I'll briefly talk about the data science and AI lab course. And then if you
Sir,
have any more questions at that point, we can take it then.
I have one doubt regarding MLOps.
Yes, Prashant.
No, so I have done MLP and the machine learning project. So that is the only exposure to machine learning. So can I take this course?
Yes, you definitely can take. The only expectation is you have some hands-on experience with Python and ML modeling. That's enough. And
Okay,
yeah, and
so
some patience like when you interact with GCP or solving the assignment. That's added one.
like okay, so I'll learn the contents only from the lectures in this course. So based on that, how tough will difficult will the OPP and the programming assignments be?
I think Vivek can answer this maybe.
Thank you, sir. So this, I think, if you do the assignments well, the best part about this course is that you are supposed to record, and there's a recording limit. You're supposed to do it in 10 minutes or something. So there are many retakes, and while you're doing the retakes, you learn it so well, and while you speak, and it's like actually teaching. So you learn the concepts very, very well. So I think if you do the assignments well, then you won't have a problem in the OPV. Only thing was that don't experiment too much because GCP just go by what is taught in on GCP and use those particular platforms only. A lot of people didn't do well because they tried to experiment too much on the GCP cloud. So that's one thing. The second thing, like Sir was saying, if you know your ML modeling well, I would also suggest that just refresh your GitHub. Yeah, that'll give you a head start. So there are some workshops, I think they're being conducted by IIT Madras. So just go through one of the GitHub workshops. I think that'll help a lot. Thank you.
Yeah, okay, sir. Yeah.
Okay, all right. Then a quick brief regarding the lab course. So the lab course, we've started the course last term, and it is primarily targeted towards students or individuals who are just starting about their career. So in that sense, this is a more breadth-oriented course. We are going to cover everything right from the very basics in terms of your basic pandas libraries, Python, machine learning, all the way until different topics in your RAG, prompt engineering, NLP, vision, until deployment and explainability of those towards the end. So this is the rough syllabus. So this is what is there in the course page as well. So this way you have the different topics, and there is also the GitHub page that is live, which contains portion of the course material. So in terms of course material, you'll be having some of them present here as notebooks, And there are also videos recorded that will be there in your portal like any other course. And I'm not sure if the grading policy has probably been made available, right, for the Jan term. I'm currently showing the previous term's grading policy. So this way, there are going to be three components in this, mainly for your scoring, which is the quiz, the project, and the Viva. So now the quiz is one that, like any other course, you're going to give it in the center and it will happen during quiz two. And then the project is going to be the bigger component during the Jan term, which is a group project. So the project is where either the students will be given a theme or you will be coming up with a problem statement of your own entirely. And you're going to collectively work on it in a group. And there are going to be different milestones during which you're going to be making, presenting the work that you've done. And finally, there is going to be one full presentation as well. Yeah, whatever Aviral has shared here is the one that is there for Jan term. Okay, and then there is going to be a Viva component towards the end, which is individual. So the Viva and the project presentation are separate. Project presentation, you are going to work on it in a group with a problem statement of your own. And a Viva is going to be separate, which is going to test your understanding across the 12 weeks of the course. So whatever you see in 12 weeks, the Viva is going to test you individually on that. Any questions on this? Yes, Vivek, please go ahead.
Yes. So this you mentioned is for people who are just entered the industry or something. So is
Yeah,
it only
so
for that? Because I just wanted to. This is going to be my last semester. I just wanted to.
okay. Yeah,
You know.
so the reason being that this is more so focused on the breadth. So we wanted students to one brush up their topics when they get into their say new jobs, placements also, and the other is also to help them understand which one they would say have a preference for. Like for example, you have some ideas from MLOps and big data and say data visualization in this, but you might not have done the specific electives for those. Likewise, people might not have done the NLP, LLM, or the CV courses. In that sense, this is going to give you a brief introduction to all these courses. And if you have a preference towards some field, hopefully this course will make it more clear to you. So in that sense, this is more breadth oriented, and we generally recommend it for people who are say starting out and would like to know which field they would want to get into, and also help them prepare for topics, multiple topics when it comes to say something like their interviews. So in that sense, this is more so targeted towards freshers.
Okay. So I'm not really starting out. So is it advisable that I take the course or I choose something else?
Yeah, you can still do it, of course. I think last time probably over 50% of the students are all working professionals with many years of experience as well.
Okay.
Uh, so you're still going to get some learning out of it, definitely.
Okay.
There's of course the project that is there that is solely focused on it's more so on it is going to be on deep learning and generative AI. But the problem statement is one that the students have to provide. So you first pick the problem statement that you are say passionate about and want to improve your understanding on, and then the group collectively works towards that project with there is going to be TAs and instructors guiding during the duration of the project. And finally, you're going to be doing presentation of the same towards the end. Likewise, there's also a Viva that is going to test you on all different the 12 weeks content that is there. That is from industry professionals again. So in
Correct.
that sense, yeah. So you can choose where you want to, what sort of learnings you want to take out from this.
Right. Right. One last question, sir. This
Yeah.
now my experience during the doing these group projects was when we did the software engineering course, what I found was out of a group of 7, there were actually only 3 or maximum 3 people working towards the project. Now, in this course, is there a way where you can, because what happens is the 3 people take the load of the total project and
Yeah. Okay, so I'll give you a brief about it. So more details will be telling regarding the marks breakdown when we explain the project once the term starts. So last time we had about 57 students, out of which we only had about, I think, 4 or 5 cases where the students were not very active, so to say. So in this, the scoring is going to be made up of 3 components. So one is your milestones, then it has to do with the submission quality in general, and finally the project presentations. So in the milestones, all members of the team are expected to, it is going to be done live, the evaluation. You're going to be joining a meeting with the TA and the instructor. And in that session, everybody's contribution towards it will be asked. Everybody will be asked individual questions as well. And based on that, your milestone marks you're going to get. So those who have not done work there itself, they're going to start getting zeros towards those. And even in the final project presentation, while some component of it is common across the group, there is another component which is individual in nature. So you have to be able to answer questions well there. So in the few students whom we found not being very active, they even ended up getting zeros or ones for that entire component of the answers which was individual in nature. So in that sense, there is those happening, and we've been very active with the project in general from the course support team side. So at any point, if you have any issues like that, you can always bring it up immediately, and we've quickly sorted it out.
That sounds fair, sir. And how are the groups formed? Is it people select
Yeah,
on their
so
own?
yeah, it is left to the students. So you guys can, that's why you guys can pick a group of even your friends if you want and come up with a problem statement that you would want to work on. But in case it so happens that you do not find sufficient members or if you do not know people, then we will be assigning the groups.
Okay, right. Thank you, sir. That was all.
All right.
Thank you.
Okay. Yes, Narsimurthy, please go ahead.
Yeah. So, what is the weekly time commitment expected?
Okay. So weekly, I would say the contents are your videos are going to be a maximum of say 2 to 3 hours, and then again, like we said, it's since it's breadth focused, you are going to be seeing some resources on that, and we are also going to be pointing towards more resources if you want to improve your understanding of that. So that is the course content part. And since it has only quiz two, like there is no quiz one or inter, so for quiz two, again, it is going to come after your 8 weeks of content. So that is whatever time commitment goes there. The other major chunk will go towards the project. So the project is going to go between, I think, 8 weeks to 10 weeks. It's going to be between 8 to 10 weeks. And each week, maybe at least like 3 to 4 hours per week, ideally would go into the project if you would want to do a very good job.
Okay, so the roughly about 10 hours commitment in a week.
Yeah, I would say a maximum of 10 hours per week. So that is what I would say.
All right, got it. Thank you.
All right. Yes, Prashant, please go ahead.
Yes, so the project will be online, right? We don't have to go in person in lab.
No, there is no component in person as such. The projects are all online. You're going to be working with your teammates also online. The presentations are also online and so on. So, of course, once you take up the course, we are going to give you a brief on the kind of problem statements that were there last time. So this time, either we'll probably go with project themes or that is all going to depend on the enrollment. So last time we had groups that have worked on AI in healthcare. We had students that worked on AI in education, and some of them have built models for 3D segmentation of brain tumors. And then there were ones on vision assist for visually impaired people and so on. So this way, the students have come up with very good problem statements, and that part is going to be a bit rigorous though because of the regular evaluations.
Okay, and the topics will be like changing from per like term to term.
So last time we had I think a total of 12 groups, and all 12 of them had very different problem statements. So, like I said, so depending on the enrollment, you are either going to be the entire problem statement is fully are going to be coming up with it, and we'll of course help refine it and such that it aligns with what we want to teach in the course. Otherwise, at max, we might give something like a theme. So it is going to depend again on the enrollment for the course.
So each term will have different set of topics, right?
Yeah, so you're coming up with the topics, right? The students are coming up with the problem statement they want to work on.
Okay, so the students decide the group.
Yeah, so yeah, you get to pick what you want to work on. So there are going to be some constraints, and we will be helping you in identifying if this is a good enough problem statement. Does this cover the necessary topics? Is it suitable for learning and so on? But as I said, all 12 groups, they have picked their own problem statement. So last time we had 12 different projects come out. Okay, I hope that answers it.
Yes, and this Viva will be based on the week 1 to 12, right?
Correct.
Not
It
related
is
to
going to be
project.
based, yeah, it is not going to be related to the project. It can be from any of the 12 weeks, starting from basic machine learning all the way to any other topics that's mentioned there.
Okay, sir. So it is level 4 or level 5?
That I'll have to check in the handbook. Sorry, in the grading document. I think it is level 4. Let me just verify.
I think it's BSDA 4001, so
Yeah, I
level
think it is
4.
level 4. Yeah,
Yeah, it's there in the URL at the top.
right. Okay. Yeah. Yes, Narsimurthy.
Yeah, so for this also we'll need cloud credits, right? To work on for the project.
I only the last 2 weeks are on big data and cloud. Sai Kiran, was there a requirement for cloud for any of those weeks?
Yes, like we have optional assignments as part of week 11 and 12 to execute as part of GCP. But if you are a person who have done IBT and MLOps, though these 2 weeks are subset of it.
Oh, okay. So my question is for the when we are doing the project and all that. I mean, and we are talking about vision models and all that, which would require proper compute, right? So we'll probably need to sign up for cloud or
Yeah. So right. So for that, you wouldn't need it for the project. So it is going to be dependent on you. So from our side, there is going to be some amount of deployment, but that part is not very. We are not expecting a full-blown system with a pipeline for it. So to at the end of the project, the only expectation we've had from students is to at least deploy it in something like Hugging Faces or using something like Streamlit. So you will not be
okay.
requiring to uh, pay for credits in that week, yeah,
Thank you.
for the project. Okay. Yes, Vivek, please go ahead.
Yeah. So this you mentioned some link. Can you give that link, or that comes only with when you enroll for the course?
No, no, we'll share it. I'm just sharing it in the chat.
Okay. Right.
So this has most of the weeks. A few weeks content though I don't think is added here yet. So
Right.
that was provided to students separately. We
Thank
should
you.
possibly be adding that as well.
Thank you.
And it will be similar to MLOps course, right? Like, because in both we need GCP.
No, I was saying in this, the expectation of GCP, as Sai Kiran mentioned, is for the bonus assignment component that is there. Other than that, this has different weeks. For the all the other weeks, you would not need it. So for the first 10 weeks, you will not be making use of GCP. And even for the project as well, it is not mandatory to have GCP. Only for one of the bonus assignments, you would have a requirement for it.
Okay, sir. And also the topics, like that is also similar to MLOps, or the
No,
knowledge
the
which we need.
no, the topics are very different. So okay, let me show this here. So to start off, you're going to be going back to a bit of Python and the NumPy Pandas libraries. Week 2 is your machine. This is like MLP, but put in 1 week. So something like that. And then you have likewise, similarly, you're going to have a bit on deep learning. So these you would have done as a part of your mandatory courses. So you can think of these mostly as a refresher because what we ended up seeing is that when students would come towards something like placements, they would kind of forget some of those things. In that sense, also, we wanted you to have this refresher before going ahead. And then the remaining topics you would see depending on what courses you have taken. So, for example, this is entirely on vision. So, if you've done DLCV or DLP, you might see a bit of it. Then there is NLP. This you would have seen a bit if you've done your LLM or maybe the DLP course. And this is entirely new. I don't think this is present in any of the other courses as of now. So this is on prompt engineering and LangChain. Then you have a bit on RAG and vector DBs. This partially comes, I think, in the NLP course. And then this again will be new. This is on your agentic AI. Then you have one on data visualization and dashboard. A bit of it you will have seen in your ML courses and in the data visualization design possibly. And then a week on time series. This you would have seen a bit in maybe financial forensics and MLP. And then you have week 11 and week 12 on big data and MLOps. This, as I mentioned, is going to be a subset of the content that you've seen in big data and MLOps. So this way you have content that are partially present in many other courses, and this is a collation of all that. So breadth wise, you have a lot of topics. Does that answer your question?
Yes, sir. And the prerequisites are also same, similar to MLOps, right? Basics of MLP
Yeah,
and
prerequisites. I think deep learning is a prerequisite.
yeah, okay.
So as if you've done the core course, so that's it. Rest of it will start from scratch.
Okay. So unlike deep learning, it will not be it will be on the practical side, not math heavy.
Yeah, this is pretty much entirely on the practical side itself. But with all those, you'll have to know the working of the algorithms. Like for example, in the Viva, you might be asked to explain how certain algorithms work. So in that sense, you're going to have theory. But apart from that, assignment wise and the project and all is pretty much entirely just hands-on and practical stuff. Yeah.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Any other questions on any of the three courses? If you have any other questions, please go ahead. If not, we'll stop in a couple of minutes.
Okay, if there are no queries, just to mention for any queries on MLOps, please go to your student grading document. Then you can find the FAQ section as part of MLOps score grading split, etc. You can refer that. If still there are any queries, you can feel free to tag me as part of your degree level Google Spaces. I can answer them. Thank you.
Okay. All right then. Thank you for joining. We'll be closing the session now.
Thank you, sir.